Good evening, Bullet Point Nation. I'm Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, whoops. No, I'm not. I'm Judd Dunning. But for some reason, every time I say anything people don't want to hear, they call me your name. Welcome to BPN's new weekly show, Unapologetic. Weaponized news you can use, mostly at cocktail parties to alienate yourself. The left is selling the big three. It's easy. Climate change, racism, socialism, and throw in grabbing your guns in H.R. 127 and taking over our elections permanently in H.R. 1. And for good measure, throw in weed for all, unabated homelessness, and killing the unborn. All led by Nancy Pelosi and her SS Haagen-Dazs and ice cream pro-choice stormtroopers. I'm surprised that Pelosi is not pro-life, because now that all violent acts are considered insurrection, you think she'd be against one that takes place in the womb. And the second you talk about the sanctity of life, everybody immediately is like, hey, Judd, don't be a jerk-off with your pro-life jokes. That's right, Chud. What about the mother? Abortion is 14 times safer than actual childbirth. I'm like, not for the baby. Hey, let's be honest. Of course I'm pro-life. I'm an irritating cis male. If all women could end unwanted pregnancies, none of us would be here right now. And as far as conservatives being racist goes, let's set this record straight, shall we? When Americans are, when are we finally going to get it? Republicans aren't racist. We never have been. The Dems are. The GOP doesn't think anyone's inferior because of the color of anyone's skin. The GOP thinks you're inferior because your goal in life is to upsell the cookies at the McDonald's drive-thru. And just ask yourself, which group seems more bigoted? The liberals that say, you won't succeed unless we give you special programs because you're not good enough. Or a party that thinks you're so equal they won't even look at you. Let's not forget all the all-time Biden greats. Poor kids are just as talented as white kids. You ain't black. And you can't go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. This from the guy that embraced segregation and busing in 1975, claiming that it was a matter of black pride. Now, that's pretty equitable, isn't it, Joe? With 25,000 troops in and out of D.C., it's obvious our political elite don't concealed carry. And of course, meanwhile, they're immediately coming to grab our guns in H.R. 127. Guns are part of the American way. Whoever doesn't believe in stronger gun control has not experienced the sheer joy and exhilaration of shooting somebody, stealing your shit when your wife and kids are in the other room. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But if it ever does, you should just do what Joe Biden said. You shoot him in the leg or something. Come on, man. Look, I'm all for guns. And so is America. That's why we already have 394 million of them. I love guns. As far as I'm concerned, even children should have guns. It's in the Constitution and in Fortnite. You know, Pence said prior that if Biden was elected, would be a Trojan horse for the radical left. I disagree. I think he's more like a mad cow. And Biden says he wants to unite the country, and it seems he really does, in reformation and reprogramming camps until we see the world his way. So much that it now pervades our bedrooms. Unity no longer means what it meant under the Biden regime. You're no longer allowed to use unity as a safe word unless you comply with his equity-based executive orders by mandating all bedroom frolic be inclusive of non-binary minotaurs and trans mermaids. And with AOC, who was sadly not murdered by Ted Cruz and AOC, who dramatically rejected Ted Cruz's support on the GameStop scandal, saying, no thank you, you tried to murder me last week, also later cried in terror about hearing scary voices while in the bathroom during the Capitol Hill riots. Fortunately for AOC, she later found out that it was just Ilhan Omar on her cell phone in the stall next door, shrieking in joy as she watched her favorite scene in Schindler's List. Thanks for coming to Apologetic, our war on behalf of free speech. And most importantly, never forget the words of the great George Washington. If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led like sheep to the slaughter. I'm Judd Dunning. Like, follow, and share this show, as well as Michael Loftus and I's weekly show, Bullet Point Nation. You can buy my new book, 13 and a Half Reasons Why Not to Be a Liberal and How to Enlighten Others, on Amazon. Follow and like our column on Newsmax Insiders and catch us on Newsmax every Wednesday and Friday. God bless you, God bless America, and God bless television.